Before we begin, I hope you liked the last video, and I request you to please share the link of the channel to your friends and classmates, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. There was a small mistake in this question. Instead of giving interest as 10 lakhs, they repeated the word financial leverage, typing error. So please adjust that in your question set, and now we shall move on. Once more, we do not have any use for a per unit column, so we are again going to stick to particulars and amount in terms of rupees. We have sales, from which we subtract variable cost. We get contribution, we subtract fixed cost, we get earnings before interest and tax. We subtract interest, we get earnings before tax. We subtract tax, and we get ourselves earnings after tax, or net profit after tax. Now, we have some data given to us. The degree of operating leverage is equal to contribution upon earnings before interest and tax, which they have said is equal to 4. The degree of financial leverage is equal to earnings before interest and tax upon earnings before tax, which we have been told is equal to 2. Interest is 10 lakhs, so corresponding to interest in the table, I'm going to write down 10 lakhs. Contribution to sales is 0.4. Now, if you're going to say that contribution to sales is equal to 0.4, that is as good as saying that contribution is 0.4 times sales. So, corresponding to contribution, again, just to make this clear, corresponding to contribution, I'm going to write 0.4. Okay, so that's as good as saying if sales is 1, contribution is 0.4, and therefore by implication, variable cost is going to be 0.6. Similar to the previous question where we had it in percentage terms, now we have it in decimal, doesn't really matter. I need to now calculate the other numbers in this question. Because I have been given EBIT minus interest as EBT, we have one equation that puts both these values together. I can assume that X is EBIT, therefore EBT will be X minus 10 lakhs. And with that logic, I'm going to make use of the values here. So in place of EBIT, I'm going to write X. Okay, and just to make it very clear, if we have EBIT upon EBT, I'm going to write it as X upon X minus 10 lakhs. And that equals 2. Okay, so implying that further, we have X is equal to 2, open bracket, X minus 10 lakhs, and therefore X is equal to 2X minus 20 lakhs. And now I take this X this side and I take the minus 20 there, and doing that, I'm going to end up with 20 lakhs is equal to X. So X, or our EBIT, is 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs minus 10 lakhs will give you 10 lakhs. Going back up to the question, we've been given a tax rate of 40%. So if the tax is at the rate 40%, 40% of 10 lakhs is going to give me 4 lakhs. Subtracting, I get net profit after tax as 6 lakhs. Now, I have contribution upon EBIT is equal to 4. Contribution, I do not know, but I know that EBIT is 20 lakhs. So, if this was my equation, I have 20 lakhs in the denominator, goes that side, it becomes multiplication. I'm going to end up with contribution equaling 80 lakhs. And that's what I'm going to write here. Very similar to what we have just done. And one more time, we cross multiply. 80 lakhs corresponds to 0.4, 1 will be x, and on the calculator, we can now simply take 80, okay, and to make it very clear, 80 lakhs, this is not localized number display, so be careful. 80 lakhs into 1 upon 0.4, okay, and we're going to end up with 2 crores. So sales is 2 crores, and therefore the difference between them, of course you can cross multiply and get it, but simply by subtracting, I know this is 1 crore 20 lakhs, and again we have fixed cost missing, but I know that 80 lakhs minus the fixed cost gives me earnings before interest and tax, and therefore that number must be 60 lakhs. 80 minus 20 gives you 60 lakhs. I hope you have found this video useful. Again, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Thank you.